On Wednesday, following President Biden's trip to the picket line for the United Auto Workers Union on Tuesday, Donald Trump also went to Michigan, where he was supposed to address union workers and really stand in solidarity with the unions, but instead, he spoke at a non-union shop at the invitation of the shop's owner. But don't worry, because there were tons of people in the crowd holding signs that said things like union members for Trump, auto workers for Trump. So it was very obvious, looking at the crowd, that he's still got a lot of the union people and a lot of the auto workers to come and cheer him on. But there's a problem. Those people weren't actually union members. Some of them were not even auto workers. According to the Detroit News, via Huffington Post here, one person held a sign that said union members for Trump, but admitted to the newspaper she was not a union member. Another carried a placard with the words auto workers for Trump and confessed he was not an auto worker when the outlet requested an interview. Neither individual identified themselves. So his audience, his crowd, was filled with fakes, with frauds, with phonies, which is great because that's what he is. But he couldn't actually get the real union people. So I guess his campaign said, what the hell? What if we just pretend that you're talking to the unions? What if we hand out these signs? Or what if we pick people holding these signs to make it look like it? I don't know which one happened there. I would not put it past the Trump campaign to have made these signs themselves and handed them out to people to hold up during Donald Trump's speech. I mean, after all, this is a guy who faced accusations that he had to pay people to show up to his original announcement that he was even running for president in 2015. Let's not forget about those stories that started surfacing shortly after that event. Donald Trump is really not having issues drawing crowds. Obviously, the crowds are not as big as they used to be, but it's not always the quantity. Sometimes it is, in fact, the quality of that crowd. And when you're trying to draw attention to yourself as a big union supporter, I'm standing with the average Americans, you really need people in that crowd who represent the groups on the picket line. Let's also not forget that reports came out earlier this week that showed that the UAW actually told Donald Trump not to come. They personally invited President Biden, and with Donald Trump, they're like, yeah, please do not show up here. We don't want you here. We don't like you. Don't come. So, non-union shop says, hey, we'll host you. Come on in. And rather than actually standing with the unions, Donald Trump, during his speech, basically told the crowd, like, none of this matters. You can get your higher wages if you want, but you're all going to be out of jobs in a few years anyway, because he lied to them about electric vehicles. He said, they're all coming from China, and all your jobs are going to go to China. That's not actually where the electric cars are coming from. In fact, the Biden administration has created all of these new federal programs to help American automakers switch to electric vehicles, like giving them money to do that very thing so that electric vehicles are produced here in the United States. But yeah, bang up message telling these people, quote, your current negotiations don't mean as much as you think. Yeah, that is, I'm sure, the message that the United Auto Workers wanted to hear. Like, why are you people out here? You're accomplishing nothing. And that's probably why they didn't want him to come. And that, of course, is why they had to put fake people in his crowd to pretend that they were union members and auto workers. Because just like everything else with Donald Trump, it's all a facade. None of it is real. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.